Thank you so much for being on All In with Stalin.
Thank
I
you so
really
much.
appreciate it. Thank you for your time as well. Your story and how things grew together, about the journey, about the finish line. What are these thoughts like?
Both of us used to struggle a lot. You were actually telling someone to move, right? It's
Yeah.
not that easy.
It almost took her 2 years to build to that.
When I heard about run clubs, right, people say that it's more like an alternative maybe to a dating app, sort of, where people come to, try and find
Yeah.
a +1, +2.
It is true. A lot of the run clubs in the world are dating clubs first and not run clubs.
Including Rove?
Running as the first thing and
Yeah.
not it had to be the dating thing. I think it's been really helpful, I'll be honest, because if, for example, Rhythm was not a runner, not into this, he would have been very frustrated.
How? It's difficult, dude.
Honestly, maybe it's just us.
Content in the start, like money making thing, because the people I followed, they told me that the moment you get money into it, like you're not going to have fun with it.
You take care of this.
I'm also very delusional in life.
Yeah.
Never about the numbers or the views. Like it's more about the community and how many loyal viewership you are building.
What were those jobs like before that you were doing?
So I was a freelancer. I
Okay.
used to do anchoring.
Oh, lovely.
I see myself running till the age I'm 90 or something like that. It also depends on the individual and who the founders are of the run club.
So you're saying the external factors won't matter?
I don't think so. Impressed by the female participant, which
Yeah.
was amazing. It's difficult if they're not a runner. But overall, it's fun. If you're paying 5,000, you're going to get a premium crowd. You're going to get a premium setting. I can just put 30 minutes of my day.
So what is this ultra runners thing that you mentioned?
Ultra running is anything more than the 42 kilometer distance.
If your knees are weak, they're weak.
Athlete. What's your perspective on that?
Not everyone has to go and chase for medals, right?
Yeah.
You need to do some things for yourself or maybe for your family.
The way we see it, we don't want to make it very like speed
Hardcore.
focused, pace focused. The expensive part comes when you get more serious. What can you afford? What is in your budget? Which will break even for you. Go with that. I've been irregular. That's why I've lost my fitness.
That's when you can see the math is mathing.
I do that. I'm a big foodie. I just don't like to cut down my food.
Is this just for building a community that can help you, in different aspects?
For us right now, it's community first and business second. Because we are still a very small number. This is something I've learned from her. It's all about stacking.
Well then, boys and girls, we're moving on to our next guest on the podcast. And, I think I've been chasing these guys a little bit. And finally, I've been able to, get them on the podcast. We're getting to the owners, I would say, or, the CEOs of the Rove Run Club. They've started off in a very different kind of journey, and where they've come today is highly commendable, guys. Thank you so much for being on All In with Stalin.
Thank
I
you so
really
much.
appreciate it. Thank you for your time as well. Is this your first podcast, second podcast?
This is my second podcast.
Mine first.
Woo! Give me a 5. Finally!
First one's a special.
A lot of people ask me to ask you guys as to your story and how things grew together.
Yeah.
While I would want to come to that, I want to start off with how did you guys decide that you wanted to start running? You want to start creating content about running, and then how did the idea of Rove come into the picture?
So I think initially it was my stupid idea to directly sign up for a marathon, I would say. But before that, during our college days, Rhythm was like, he started running and he was the one who got me into running, okay? And then we used to just like all other kids, we used to sprint 200 meters, be out of breath and blame the sport. So both of us used to struggle a lot, but slowly we understood that it's more about taking it easy, this, that. So we started running, and COVID was the best time that you could get out of your house to start running. So that really changed the whole game for us. And after that, I started doing proper structured training. And obviously, because I was doing it, I had to drag Rhythm also into it.
Happy.
So that is, yeah. So that is how the journey started. And I just started, I just put up a story saying that if you are inspired by this, use the hashtag run with Overlydaa, just the content, because I was training for a marathon. But no one used the hashtag. I deleted it after 2 months and I was so sad. So that was the initial story. But then Rhythm told me that it takes time, like, because you are actually telling someone to move, right? It's
Yeah.
not that easy.
Yeah.
So after that, the momentum started and people started messaging us, why don't you host the thing? And we are quite inspired by other run clubs in Australia, in Europe, and how the culture is. So we're like, why that culture is not here? Like, that FOMO thing made us do something here.
Just
Yeah.
FOMO. Let's just be straight, it was completely FOMO.
Like, instead of blaming that, why don't we have something here? Why not start something here?
Yeah.
That is where the Rove Run Club started. Like, first it was just by my hashtag run with Overlydaa, but we wanted to make it more structured and people to follow the schedule and all. So that's the reason we started, and it took us a while for us to come up with the name. Like, what name should we keep? We don't want to like do a chat GPT what name we should keep. And Rhythm was the person who actually came up with the name as Rove Run Club. And what does Rove mean? You can tell them.
Rove means to wander around without a destination. Basically a journey. Like you just go somewhere without having a finish line.
And why did you think of that? Like, what came to your mind, like about the journey, about the finish line? What are these thoughts like?
For me, it is very important to have the journey. Like everybody talks about the finish line, everybody talks about the podium, everybody talks about the medals, but nobody talks about the middle part.
The process.
The process. Nobody talks about it. That process is what actually builds you. Like everybody knows that she ran a marathon, but very few know that how much time it took her to come there.
Like, how much time did it take?
3-4 months or a year. Yeah.
No, actually not. Like 3-4 months is just that one training, but it almost took her 2 years to build to that.
Wow.
Like she trained for a half marathon, she trained for one more race, then she trained for a marathon. It is an 18-month journey to that thing. If you ignore that, you'll never be able to run a marathon. If you ignore that entire process, you'll never be able to do something.
Yeah.
So for us, the process is very important. Everybody who is a part of our life in that process is very important. People who come and go in that process is very important.
So when I heard about run clubs, right, I've been skimming through the net as well and seeing a lot of things. People say that it's more like an alternative maybe to a dating app, sort of, where people come to try and find a +1, +2. What were your perspectives on that when you guys thought about this?
You cannot like ignore that, or you cannot say that it is not true. It is true. A lot of the run clubs in the world are dating clubs first and run clubs second. Let's not ignore that fact. In India also, there are a lot of clubs who are dating clubs first, not run clubs.
Including Rove?
Can be like we have had people who say that, oh, do this run white and match like single. We don't come with that perspective. Like we want to
people to think this is a dating club. I think you are the one who sets the vibe.
Yeah.
Like Rove Run Club never had the vibe because I think both the founders are already dating, so we're like, do this.
Like we are not looking for somebody. Why would we want somebody
but
to
we
find?
always wanted to keep running as the first thing, and
Yeah.
not it had to be the dating thing.
Yeah, because so far even I haven't gotten a vibe from Rove specifically that it is like a dating. It feels like everyone's coming in highly motivated to run in the morning, and you're seeing a lot of people come again and again and again.
Correct.
I think that's highly commendable.
Because we know how important our first 5K was, our first 10K was. That because we've been through that process, so when someone comes up to us, it means a lot. So we just feel like it's a very big thing doing this. Sometimes we just feel like we should just stop doing this, but then people come up to us and be like, thank you so much. For them, it means a lot. So I think that keeps us
We remember
pushing.
when we did our first 10K non-stop. Like that memory is etched into our brain. Like we remember when we did our first 10K non-stop.
Yeah.
So when somebody else comes and says, thank you so much, I ran my first 5K because of you, it means something.
Yeah.
It is like we inspire them, but we get inspired by them. Like, thank you for doing this with us.
So you always kept running first, dating. If they meet someone, then it's fine.
Why not?
Of course, why not? That's an add-on.
At least you know that that person also wants to do something for their life, like, right?
Yeah.
So companionship at Run Club, I think it's a good thing in a way.
Yeah.
If you go to see in that POV.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you speak about companionship as well, you guys have been there together since a long time. I think it is safe to say a hot favorite on the internet in terms of a couple right now. I think we can see you guys there as well. How has that journey been? I can understand, like, when you're in a relationship, individuals have their own ambitions as well, right? But to come together for one goal, that is another ambition altogether. So how have you guys been able to put that?
I think it's been really helpful, I'll be honest, because if, for example, Rhythm was not a runner or not into this, he would have been very frustrated because it takes a lot of time and effort. But now, because even he's doing with me together the entire running thing, it's much better to know someone who's doing the sport. So for us, it's not draining, actually, it's helpful. I am glad that Rhythm is with me and I have Rhythm as part of this. Yeah, that's my feeling.
And about goal setting, many times we don't set goals for ourselves. Like many times I'm the one who set the goals for her, she's the one who set goals for me. Like, you have to do this.
Right.
Or like I know her potential. I know that she can do better. She can train for it. Many times she's like, I cannot do this. I know you can do it.
Was one of you more into running first?
I
had
was.
to get the you were.
I was into running first. Like, I used to do it because I used to follow Casey Neistat and he used to be running a lot. So I just started running. And because whenever I used to go to Nariman Point, the spot in town, and I used to see people running around. So like, I want to do this someday.
Yeah.
And my fitness dropped down a lot during college. Like, how active I used to be earlier, and then it dropped. So I thought maybe running can help that. I could get my stamina back up. So I started doing that, and then I was doing it. I dragged most of the things in our life
Rhythm's
is
dragged
because
me.
I dragged her in.
And then I've been
Sweet.
obsessed with that, and then Rhythm's talent has been shadowed.
Yeah,
ऐसा हो गया.
most of the things.
Before we get into the more crux of running, right? The crux of the relationship as well, because in today's world, these things are moving. There's pop culture coming in. Dating apps are on the sorts. People want a buffet of things, of sorts. But to be able to survive for about 13 years now, if I'm not wrong,
13 years, yeah.
it's a huge milestone. It's as good as you guys are married. Right?
Married,
Yeah.
correct.
But you're running, you're doing the same thing, you're building a brand together now.
Yeah.
I think that is inspirational. So, what is the secret sauce?
Not get bored of each other?
How? It's difficult, dude. After some point.
Honestly, maybe it's just us. Maybe it's not like there's no hack. Maybe it's just us that we can keep ourselves entertained. Like I can never have a dull day with her, like ever. Like she's entertaining. Like she's entertaining off screen and she's entertaining on screen. Like if you be with her in a day, you have 14 different mood swings in a day, and it's like a challenge.
It's difficult. That's what he said.
It is difficult, but also it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
So that feeling of being on your toes, many times seeing her happy, seeing her sad, it like that's why I said I just cannot get bored of her. Like I've never in my day I felt like I don't want to spend a day without her.
Is it the same for you?
I'm glad Rhythm does 90% of the work. Like I think
Princess treatment.
literally princess. He's the one who can able to handle and multitask at the same time. I'm like, okay, if I'm doing one task, I'll just do that one task. So I think we've not been bored of each other, and we always want to like, what's next? What's next? So that keeps us pushing and working together.
And we have similar hobbies. Like it can be because she has rubbed off her habits on me a little. Like I was not that extroverted, or like I'm speaking to right now. I would have not been able to speak you 10 years back. Like at all. Like I was very shy, I was introverted.
So learning from each other,
Learning from each other, growing from each other, taking off each other's habits.
Interesting.
Trying to give each other's hobbies a try. Like if this is your hobby, maybe I'll give it a try too.
I've always been bold, so I'm like, Rhythm, no matter what, we just have to do it. So this thing, like, we always helped each other to just make things bigger and help each other.
There's also another aspect, right? They say in a relationship when there are two people, if one is a little more successful than the other, there can be, like problems that come in sometimes. While you guys have been creating content, while you guys have been growing, have there been phases like that where you've looked through it and be like, this is something that doesn't deter us? Nothing of that sort?
Not yet. I see her success as my success. Like
Interesting.
because we've been together for so long. If tomorrow something good happens with me, she'll take it as her success. Like we take everything as us.
Feed off each other.
We literally feed off each other. Like tomorrow if she runs a medal, I'll cry. Tomorrow if she runs a marathon and gets a medal, I'll cry because I know how much she's gone through it.
Yeah.
Because I know how much she endures. With everything else also, social media is difficult. Being on that camera for 24 hours is not easy. So when I see her do it and being natural at it, I feed off that energy. Success, deterring? No, not a chance for me.
Yeah, and I cannot, because I've literally started my content creation because of Rhythm.
Okay.
So I have to give 100% of the success rate to him only. I was a very shy person to even talk on camera. I know it might not come out like that, but yeah, I was very shy.
Now that we've established the fact that this entire process of content creation, running has come from the two of you together. I also want to get to the running aspect of it in general. It's also difficult to convince people to run, right? Like just like you mentioned earlier, for someone to take action for themselves, it's always difficult. But somehow I see you guys doing it effortlessly, maybe on your individual page as well, or maybe as Rove Run Club in general. Somehow when you look at it, you feel like you want to kind of start doing something. I'm sure you've not built it overnight. It's happened over the over a period. What's that process been like? Like what are the things that you've learned on the way of trying to get people to come to run?
Yeah, I think before me making content, I would say that I've noticed that in India, like any sport, it's like you go hardcore or you don't do anything. There was not someone to just get into for the sake of joy, just to getting outside. So that is what I think was missing, and I started running for that whole purpose, that I just wanted to feel good today. So that's the whole thing. I started making content around that. You don't have to keep chasing for a PB or that you need to be a proper athlete to do that. You can just go out and do it, and it's open for all, even for girls and this and that. And when I did the marathon, I actually looked at the stat and I was like, 8,000 participants, only 800 runners, and 35 in my age category.
Girls.
So girls, yeah, that actually struck me. I was like, okay, I need to like do something and get more girls on the road. So that was like a spark in me to just tell everyone that you can do it for the joy also.
Was there like that inner motive, to look at this as something that pays you, or just happened on the way?
No, I've never thought content in the start like money making thing, because the people I followed, they told me that the moment you get money into it, you're not going to think as a like you're not going to have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
So the fun has always been money. Let the money come, let the money go, but I want to make sure that whatever content I'm making, I need to be happy around
That's
it.
such a
Like,
billionaire line. Let the money come. Let the money come.
no, but honestly, like if I would have thought about money in the start, I don't think I would have reached your like why
She
you
still
do the
doesn't.
content.
She's inside news. She still doesn't. She has no idea what
So
anything.
are you the finance?
I am
He
the
is
finance
the
guy.
finance guy. We call him the bunny of the group also.
Sweet.
She has no idea what anything. She has completely
I'm
dropped it off
delulu.
on me. Like, you take care of this. I
I'm
just
also
want to
very
enjoy.
delusional in life.
Yeah.
Delulu.
No, I read the Law of Attraction book, and I would say that changed my POV on money, because coming from a middle class family,
Yeah.
you were never used to this delusional factor, and also I give all the stress to Rhythm.
Many days I'm sitting and reading the account, like, how are we going to manage this? She's like, we'll figure out.
Sweet, bro. So I think you guys had your day jobs as well before
Yes.
you left this entirely for content creation. I'm coming from a space that people feel it is very easy to get into content creation, and the first things that people will do is leave their day job and do this entirely, which shouldn't be the case. While you can suffice yourself to a certain period of time, maybe then you take that plunge and say, okay, now I know that I'm in a good space and I can.
Yeah.
What was that day job like before? What were you guys doing? Were you enjoying it, not enjoying it? Was content creation one part of that as well that you wanted to do away from the day job?
Content creation has always been a part of it because we started consuming content in college. She used to follow Casey Neistat, I used to follow Logan Paul, and so we had that aspiration that we want to be big YouTubers. I gave it a shot, she gave it a shot, we were trying it. We still have that aspiration that someday we want to be even bigger, we want to be the biggest. But of course, you cannot just start doing that and get a paycheck immediately.
Yeah.
So we both had day jobs, we both started working, but content creation was always around a part of it. Like we were still giving it a try on the side.
Yeah.
Like maybe someday it hits off.
Yeah.
So we actually started our channel in 2017.
Yeah.
That's
17.
long back, yeah. And because we did that, we got to know throughout the journey that it's never about the numbers or the views. Like it's more about the community and how many loyal viewership you are building. So people might think that the success has been, but it's more than 5 or 6 years that we've been taking knowledge from the content and putting it same on our content.
And just wanted to understand what were those jobs like before that you were doing?
So I was a freelancer. I
Okay.
used to do anchoring.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Okay.
Then COVID happened, and then I got a customer executive job in one of the coffee companies.
Wow.
So the 1 year was good, second year got super hectic, and but even then I was like, I'm not able to make content with my full-time job in a way, and then it was a little draining also, I would say, very monotonous for me. And one thing I realized that me as a person cannot do a 9 to 5. Because I have ADHD, I want some or the other thing, I want something new to happen. But with the job, it got and very difficult to deal with because it was a very small team. That is where Rhythm actually was like, you need to quit and maybe take content as a full-time thing. And I was too scared because I had to pay my rent. I'm like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
But that is where we took the jump, and I decided that it was like, I'll do the full-time job, you focus on the content thing.
Were you also working then while she left, or?
I was working, yes.
Okay.
When she left the job, I was working for another 8-10 months. For fully, both of us going full-time content creation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rhythm was an ex-barista, then he worked in production.
I worked in production, I was an ex-barista, I worked as a Swiggy delivery boy.
Come on.
I
come
worked
on.
in Decathlon. So like, yeah, there have been like different
Phases.
5 phases, different fields, and gather all the information and apply over here.
This is the thing about our generation, right? That we are okay to come in from that space and do a lot of things. When we speak about Gen Zs today, they're a little different in the term of the approach as well. Maybe not everyone would want to sacrifice, or and I'm sure you have a lot of Gen Zs coming to your run club as well. Do you see any difference in the way millennials and Gen Zs approach like a run club?
A lot.
Running
Yes.
as such?
Millennials are more serious. they take running as an approach like I want to get better, and Gen Zs are more casual. Like I'm doing this because I cannot go in the night to club, so I'll come in the morning.
No,
To
I
socialize.
also feel that at run clubs, what runners we are having consistently, that they kind of look up to us and they want to be better at what they are doing, is what we've noticed. So I wouldn't say that all the Gen Zs are like,
Not everybody,
but I feel that they are getting into the fitness space, which is amazing. Like they also like they realized way earlier than us than how bad it is also to spend your time on the phone, and that's the reason you're seeing a lot of Gen Zs also in the run club, at least for our run club. So we think there's an improvement also on there. But yeah, about quick success, I think that there's a little bit of gap there. They think that it's everything quick, but we know how much we've gone through to achieve to be here.
Someone also mentioned to me, I think one of the guests was on my podcast a few days back, and she said that she thinks run club is more like a fad. You know, it would fade away in some time. Also because there are, is a Western culture that is there, and people like to adopt. Now, because you guys have started something like this, it's more like a baby for you guys. Like Rove is your baby. It's more like a business venture. If there comes a time which, people say is like a fad or, something that will fade away, do you think it will?
If I'm running, I'm going to make sure that the club is also rolling. And I see myself running till the age I'm 90 or something like that. Like, I want to do that. So I think it also depends on the individual and who the founders are of the run club.
So you're saying the external factors won't matter?
I don't think so.
If it's a fad, if it's not a fad, doesn't matter. We're going to do what we do.
Run clubs have been existing for a very long time. They're just on social media right now.
Wow, that's something we didn't know.
All the brands already had.
Every brand has a run club. Like we know run clubs existing in India since almost 20 years.
Wow.
There are proper run clubs in Bangalore, in Delhi from 20 years, 25 years.
But they're not called as run clubs.
They're not run clubs. So conventionally, run club is like you run together, you train together.
Right.
Now there's a social aspect to it. So the social part, is it a fad? Maybe. Is it going to die out? Maybe. But if something dies out, you cannot like hold it. If it dies out, it dies out. But as she said, if she's going to be running till 90, I'm sure 50 more will be running till 90.
Absolutely. Yeah, makes sense. And what's this entire thing with the Hyrox that has just popped in? I saw a lot of people. I saw my friends, in fact. Someone came and told me at the gym as well that, Salon, you should try Hyrox. And it intrigued me as well. I saw you guys going for that, which requires a whole sort of training. There are specific Hyrox centers, training centers, gyms right now. If you can give us a little bit of that aspect as well.
I feel that all this while gym goers never thought of running and runners never thought of going to the gym. So this is where Hyrox has like, oh my god.
Let's tap that
like
middle market.
Yeah, I need to do both of the things and let's see hybrid thing. And that is where it really popped, because I don't know how the Germans have done it, but it's insane. Like, and then they have so many categories that you might also, even if you don't have that kind of fitness level, but your friend has, then they've had like a pro partner category, then a relay category. So that has been mind blowing. And because they have so many, the way they've marketed, obviously it's insane. And everyone wants to do it in the part of like FOMO. Let's see what the Hyrox is about. We thought that let's do it together. I think it was fun. The race was fun, not the training part. The training was brutal, and you need to train for Hyrox. It's not like running. I think you can still just wake up and do a 5 kilometers, right? Like you can take, but Hyrox is something that we've seen people struggle at the runs for sure. Like for runners, it's a little easier, I would say, still. But for gym goers, it's difficult if they're not a runner, because you have to run the 8 kilometer lap, everything. But overall, it's fun.
Also want to check specifically with you about the women in sport aspect for this. Like how difficult is it for women to get into Hyrox? It shouldn't be, honestly, because obviously we know that you're doing, we've seen a lot of people doing it as well out there. But if there are women watching you, girls watching you, who are already inspired by you, how is it that you would want to tell them to approach Hyrox?
I would be like, go for it, because in Delhi when I participated, I was so impressed by the female participant, which was amazing. And having a category where the weights are lower compared to men, and it was amazing that if I cannot do it, I can drag a female partner of mine and do it together with the same doable weight.
It's very approachable.
Very approachable.
That's the thing about Hyrox. Like it is difficult, but there's a category for you.
Yeah.
Like if you cannot do it solo, you can do it doubles. You cannot do it doubles, you can do a relay. So everybody can get a taste of it. And once you get a taste of it, you want to do it more.
You want to do it.
You want to do it again and again. When I completed my Hyrox, I was like, I'm never doing again. Next day, I am saying I'm doing it again. I'm going to train for the next Hyrox, because it's that high.
Exactly.
When you're in that arena, when you see so many people sweating, grinding their asses off, doing that, crying, cramping, you know that we all are going to the same thing.
Yeah.
And we all paid for this. And we
Yeah.
all want to do this again and again.
Yeah. I've heard it's an expensive thing.
It is expensive.
expensive.
It is
How
expensive.
expensive is it?
The registration itself costs around
5,000, 5,500.
And there is no, like, you don't get a medal or someone
No,
told
you
me
get
you
a
don't get
patch.
even a
So
certificate.
like this is the thing you're discussing about this, right? If they give a medal, it wouldn't have been unique.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, and then people like, if you're paying 5,000, you're going to get a premium crowd, you're going to get a premium setting. And one thing which was impressive was everything was on point. If they've given you a 2 o'clock slot, and that is something surprising for our standards, I would say. So very well managed, the equipment's are nice, and people are ready to pay that 5,000 rupees, even if the registration is expensive.
So it's not like a road race. If you see a road race, you just have to listen and it's run.
Yeah.
There's no like equipment over there. But in Hyrox, there are equipments involved.
Wow.
Those are high quality equipments. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a rowing machine costs around 2 to 5 lakhs.
Yeah.
And having at least 50 of them on that arena, hundreds and thousands of people using it, maintaining it, of course it's going to be an expensive affair.
And I think it's also now become like a franchise thing, right? I think there
Yeah.
are teams who are also participating in the setup, and if you're part of a team, you win, you get like a certain XYZ kind of thing, right? So I think that's another important aspect that's slowly, picking up as well. Getting people to fitness, getting people to running. If there is someone who finds it difficult to get invested in this over a period of time, like I've been watching stories, there are some days where you can't wake up.
Yeah.
Some days I don't feel like I want to go to the gym. But I've seen stories which inspire me. Say you guys go almost every day, be it morning, evening, you somehow make time. What is it that keeps you going? What is it that if there's someone who's watching from the outside and saying like, I'm sure they're not doing it just for the camera. You're doing it because there is some motivation in there as well. So what is it that keeps you guys going?
How much can I push myself? So that's the reason like I started this streak this year, to just see how much I can push. And I think I look up to a lot of runners which are not like way ahead of me. So I'm like, if they can do it, why cannot I do it? Like for example, ultra runners, they can run for 5 days straight. And I'm like, if they can run for 5 days straight, I can just put 30 minutes of my day.
Wow. So what is this ultra runners thing that you mentioned now?
Ultra running is anything more than the 42 kilometer distance.
Okay.
So a marathon is 42 kilometers.
Okay.
Anything above
Beyond
that,
42.
beyond that is ultra.
Okay.
So
and
50,
are there like
75,
different segments, like
yes,
different terms? What is it?
So a general ultra is anything above 42, but there are different races. 50, 100, 75, 200,
Okay.
200 miles, 240 kilometers. It just, so there is no higher limit. Like people are, there's something called as backyard racing, backyard ultra.
Okay.
So backyard ultra, you just keep running until the last man stands.
You don't
Whoa.
know.
You don't know what the finish line is.
Wow.
So the races just keep on going till 8 days, and you don't know when is the other person gonna fall. So the only way that you know that you are winning is if the other person is falling, or he's stopping. So that is the ceiling. Like if humans can keep going that high, what do you have to stop at this time? Like what do you have to stop at 5 kilometers?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of documentaries, so I'm like, I love to watch sports documentaries. So I think if they can do it, then I feel like I can.
And she's
at least
crazy. Like she's borderline crazy. If she does not run for 2 days, third day she'll be rotting in the bed. That's why we have to make Shraddha go for your run.
So it's always one of you motivating the other, which is you in this
Kind of.
case.
No, she is the one.
Ah, okay. The other way around.
Other way around. I'm not that motivated.
Okay.
I know I want to be fit. I know I want to be able to be doing things. She is crazy.
Would you also tell the viewers that if you do have a partner in the sense maybe a friend, if you're dating, great. If you're not, but you do have a friend who's supporting you on a fitness journey, on a running journey, will that be helpful?
A lot.
Added edge?
A lot.
Why?
When you do it solo, when you do it alone, it's very easy to just stop. It's very easy to break down. It's very easy to maybe set a boundary. But when you have somebody, that is the person who's there to take that barrier off.
Yeah.
Many times I am like, I can't do it. She's the one. Why can't you do it?
Interesting.
You can definitely do it. Many times she's like, I cannot do it. I'm like, why can't you do it? Yesterday I did this, today you can do it. If you can do it yesterday, of course you can do it today.
Yeah.
If you can do it 200 days in a row, of course you can go for the 201st day.
Yeah, that's true.
And the people I follow, I think 2-3 people, they have a streak going on for like 4 years straight. And I'm
4
like,
years.
of running every day. One I follow, she's a girl, Savannah. She's been doing it for 3 years. And I'm like, and it just becomes a part. I'm not promoting to run every day or a streak. But I'm saying that we as human body are capable of a lot of things than just giving excuses. Then Rhythm came up with a quote which was give excuses to excuses. I'm like, oh my God, that's deep.
Give excuses to
To your
excuses.
excuses.
Ah.
I'm like, that's deep, okay. And now I think it's just become a part of my life to just do some kind of movement every day and make others also do it. So when I was doing a corporate job, I went through a lot of sad phase, I would say, and I came across a lot of quotes which are like, if you can work for your job, you can at least put some time on yourself. If you can scroll on IG, you can at least do work. I'm like, oh my god, those hit deep. So yeah.
And we know how it feels to get a workout done.
Yeah.
Like that feeling of getting it done.
Yeah.
We know how it feels. That's why that is a bigger motivator. Like I know I will always feel like shit before going for a workout, but I know how I'm gonna feel after I'm done with it. That joy of completing that workout, of that joy of moving myself, that is what is a bigger motivator for us.
A lot of people have myths about, being in a run club or, while they run and all of that. Is there any myth that you guys have heard of or you want to bust of sorts? That, run clubs are etc. or running is etc. of sorts?
Not really, because there are a lot of myths and you cannot go about and break every myth. Like
just something over the top.
People say like running is bad for your knees. I mean, that's like the one of the most biggest myth, I would say. I mean, it also depends on how you're training, right?
Yeah.
If your knees are weak, they're weak. You need to strengthen them, but it's not the running factor. And people are not very aware in India, I would say, that they need to strength train with running. You cannot just go out and run. You need to build muscle. And then if they don't do that, but they're the first one to blame that running is bad for your knees.
Yeah.
So just first study about it and then...
If running was bad for your knees, you would not have ultra runners, you would not have marathon runners, you would not have an Olympic distance runner.
Yeah.
You would not have Kipchoge running 42 kilometers in under 2 hours if it was bad for your knees.
I think I've already managed to get on the consistency bit also. Just because you mentioned about Olympics and medals, right? I want to circle back to the conversation we were having before we got here.
Yeah.
Is it important to be an athlete only because you can get medals at times, or it's okay to be like a runner, like a marathon runner, get a certificate as well, and still be called as an athlete? What's your perspective on that?
I think 100%, like, not everyone has to go and chase for medals, right?
Yeah.
You need to do some things for yourself or maybe for your family.
Yeah.
Even getting a medal takes an effort because
Yeah.
you've been showing up. So I feel everyone's an athlete if you're practicing this sport. I mean, call yourself athlete. It feels good.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
If you're running, then you are an athlete, I feel. Or any sport. What are your thoughts on that?
100%. I just agree with that.
Yeah. Since you guys have started creating content, since you specifically have started, Rove, have you seen a lot of women, take this up? Has it, have you gotten some reviews saying, the women community as such have started to run more, feel better, take inspiration from you?
100%. So we, in fact, in my stories, I keep promoting more for the girls because I know that guys would still come, but for a girl who's not been running at all, not been working out, for her directly seeing the 5 kilometers might be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So you can break it down for them that you can even come and we'll do a walk club for you, but just come. So I tell them that showing up is the most difficult part. Once they are there, then they enjoy the vibe. They know that other girls are also struggling at the same time. And we keep it very, very low-key in our vibes. You tell people, go talk to strangers, we give them homework. So I think that, so next time I see a girl, she gets 3 of her friends.
Sweet. Yeah.
So that's the trap I set for them. Yeah.
The way we see it, we don't want to make it very, very like speed focused, pace focused, like training focused. You want to keep it more as a social aspect, like a chill aspect, because a person will only enjoy it and do it more if it is not that hardcore.
And the moment they do it more, they will suddenly want to improve their timing or their race thing. So that's like the
because that will come eventually.
Yeah,
if you're going to run for the 10th time, of course, you would want it to be better than the first time.
Yeah.
But in the first run itself, if you're going to bombard them with pace, speed, distance, and all these metrics, they're going to be like, no, this is not a place for me.
We don't even talk about these metrics during our run club. But we've seen a runner, I won't even lie, he literally cried in front of us because he went from like 0 to 1 half marathon.
Yeah. Wow. That was one moment like, wow, we did this.
Also because you have brands like Strava and all, come in and, you have like everyone posting about their PR and all of that. So sometimes there's a, bit of FOMO of sorts that, you also want to be kind of up there. I also wanted to get to the point of, shoes. We know how important shoes are for running. I've seen a lot of people also, probably they may not have the right shoes, and maybe that is something that sometimes plays on their mind as to not come to a run club, as to, what will people think, and, do I have the right shoes, do I don't have the right shoes? What do you guys say about that?
It's very subjective. A run club is not a place where you think about those things because it's a run club in the end.
Yeah.
You're not going to be running a long distance. You're not going to be running at a specific pace.
Yeah.
You can just come up I've seen people come in sneakers and run on run club. It doesn't matter because in the end, you're just here for a community.
But we've seen those people also investing in a 12,000 rupee shoe because they've been consistent for the run club.
Because now they know that, oh, I've been coming regularly and my feet is hurting. So I need to invest in something for myself.
Right.
Not to fit in the community, but for myself.
Yeah. But is it important to have that expensive of shoes, or you can still do
No,
without?
of course not. There are multiple brands, there are multiple price points. Now, the expensive part comes when you get more serious.
Yeah.
Now, we use expensive watches.
Yeah.
We use a sports watch, which is expensive. For a normal person, for a person who's doing a day job, who's had a corporate job, cannot afford a 30,000 rupees watch.
Fair.
That's why we never recommend it to anybody. We have people coming, should we buy a 30,000 rupees sports watch? We said, do you need it?
Yeah.
No, I feel like
That's
if
the
you're
first
serious
question.
about it, then you can buy it. Like, it's not important. We look at it as an investment, whatever we do,
Yeah.
because anything you do in fitness, it comes back to is what I believe.
Absolutely.
We don't want somebody to take a decision, take it, and then later turn into a, like, okay, I just bought it, but I'm never going to use it because it's an expensive affair.
Yeah.
Gear is an expensive affair. That's why you never like immediately push someone to, okay, no, you need this to be a better runner. No, you don't need this.
Yeah.
You can definitely use your phone to just run and track your runs. You don't need to track your runs also. If you know a distance is 5 kilometers, you can just run and come back if that is your goal.
The shoes are definitely important. I think
They
shoes
are.
are the point to them.
Yeah, definitely. Is it like about the expensive affair? You don't need expensive shoes.
Yeah.
You can, of course, you need
Definitely
the shoes.
need to have the right shoe.
You need the shoe.
Not the expensive
You need the shoe which you can afford and you can like which fits in your budget. That is what I always say. Like people ask me like, can I buy XYZ? What can you afford? What is in your budget? Which will not like, which will break even for you. Go with that because sooner or later you will upgrade. When you do something regularly, you will upgrade.
You will invest in.
You will invest
We
in
do
it.
tell them that it might lead to injury, so it's better that you invest in a decent shoe
Makes
than
sense.
going for any location.
Is there any hack of sorts that you would want runners to know? Anything that you guys use as such?
No, there's no hack. We've been injured
You just
all the time.
wake up in the morning, wear your running outfit, get to the place
Honestly,
and run.
I've been running more than her since not more than her, longer than her, and I'm a slower runner than her. And like, I'm sorry for using the word slower, but if you take that as a perspective, like Rhythm has been running longer than he has a longer experience, so he should be running better. No,
Doesn't happen.
the only hack is you do it regularly. Consistency is the only hack. The only way she can do it better is because she's consistent and she's been doing for a longer time, regularly. I've been irregular. That's why I've lost my fitness. She's been doing regularly. That's why she has the fitness.
What about food? When we bring the food aspect of this into it, I know of people who say that you need to run more so you can eat more, right? Because that's the right math. That's when you can see the math is mathing, right? That's what they normally say.
I do that. I'm a big foodie. I just don't like to cut down my food.
Yeah.
That's why I run, so that I can eat food. So I don't feel guilty about it.
And also train with it,
Yes.
like muscle building.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that help? Like for an athlete, for a runner who's
We are not that well versed into it because we are not actually coaches.
Correct.
So we don't have the right guidance about it. So we don't want to say anything bad. But over the course of time, we realize that if you are not strength training with running, it might lead to injuries.
It does lead
It
to
does lead to injuries.
It does lead to
Yeah.
injury.
For the viewers who are watching you would want to say that it's okay to eat any kind of food, right? As long as you're eating healthy, you're eating good food, and you're doing your workouts and you're running well.
So there is no right food. Like there is no like
That's one.
you have to only eat this to be a better runner,
Right?
or to be a better gymmer. Like,
Yeah.
there's no right food. You can eat whatever you can eat and be in a specific caloric value. Just maintain that, and that's it.
Yeah. People who think that I just keep promoting vada pav, they're like, oh, how does she run fast and she's still eating vada pav?
Diet Coke, anything of that sort as well. But I think it's okay, man. Like I think most of us do have it, and a little bit of cheating, a little bit of having all of these
So
foods.
the thing is that Rhythm and I had done a very hardcore diet for 30 days and we became overall very cranky, and we realized that we were physically and mentally were not feeling good. So we realized that there should be a balance. So we do indulge in such things once in a while.
So I was also coming to a point, right, that if there is someone who is watching you and wants to start a run club like you do, the big question is this like a business venture? Will there be like a turnover at some point? Are we looking at making money, or is this just for building a community that can help you, in different aspects?
There is both. For us right now, it's community first and business second. because we are still a very small number.
That's right.
Maybe sooner or later, when the numbers grow higher, not just in following, but in the amount of people we are pulling, maybe at that time it could turn into a business where there are more regular monetization options. Right now, community only. It all depends on what is your perspective and take towards it. If you're going to be thinking about it only with a business perspective, the turnout of the crowd is not going to be very good.
But will there be a business perspective eventually? Like you can get monetized?
Yes, definitely.
Interesting.
Because right now, brands and everybody wants to tap into the offline market.
Yeah.
Like people are realizing that social media is not the only way that you can promote a product or you can promote something.
That's true.
So that's why offline market is very important.
Interesting. And have you guys approach any brands yet that are you feel like want to be invested in your idea, who understand that this is the way to go forward? You think that the outlook for brands has also changed?
We have reached out to a few brands which we personally use, and that can be, if we love it, then we wouldn't mind working with them and promoting it more to the crowd who comes for a run club. So we've done that, and for now, both of us really love coffee. So make sure we are collaborating with cafes and getting people into the specialty coffee thing. So yeah, it's kind of like a brainwashing thing what we are doing. If we love it, then we want to others also to experience it. So we have reached out to a few brands, but it's still in the talking to.
Interesting. Would you also say that running as such, or sport as such, has changed your perspective about life? Yeah. Does it play a huge role for you to tackle things in life? For you to tackle things in terms of family, friends, etc.
I mean, it teaches you to just not give up. It teaches you to just keep on beating on that thing over and over again.
Yeah.
As long as you get what you want. So
for me, it's like the more work you put in, the more results you get, is what running has taught me. Like it takes time.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing I apply in my content creation also. 1-2 videos might not pop, but you just have to keep going and going till that one video pops.
It's all about stacking.
Runnings have definitely changed the perspective. Yeah.
And any one piece of advice that you've ever been given in life, or you'd like to give someone?
A lot of advices I would say I have, which have always pushed me. But one would be advice which is like, don't compare yourself, because comparison is a thief of joy. Because in this era, you're so bound to compare your journey with someone else's journey.
Yeah.
That you might feel so sad about it, you might not be doing anything. So that is what I make sure that, okay, there are times where I go into a spiral, I'm comparing myself with others. So yeah, comparison thief of joy, I think about it a lot. And one day at a time also works. I love quotes, I can keep talking about it. Yeah.
Interesting. Anything that has worked for you?
Not for me, but like, so this is something I've learned from her. It's all about stacking. Like just keep stacking the days.
Okay.
Keep stacking the days.
Okay.
Keep just stacking. It's like keep building the wall. No matter how tall it goes, just keep building it. Because you might never know, that wall reaches so high that, oh, I've come here.
Wow.
It's like that. Like just keep stacking.
Where do you guys see yourself in the next few years? Should I say, is marriage on the cards?
Definitely it is. But we just feel like because we are living together, it already feels like we are married. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the next year, we see a lot of traveling. Like we want to explore more.
You want to run internationally?
We do want to, yeah. But run also, and even explore. We love traveling in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, we realized like even this year when we went to Sri Lanka, because of my streak again, I had to go.
I think that's the time I started following you.
Oh, is
time
it?
You were in Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka,
I
yeah.
got one of the reels and I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like obviously exploring, and then because of the streak, I realized that okay, running is also fun in other countries because it's a total different vibe there.
Yeah.
Like you think, oh, I'm going for a vacation, so I'll not do anything what I'm doing in the hometown.
Yeah.
So I'm running in my hometown, but why would I want to run on a vacation? Why wouldn't you want to run in a vacation?
Yeah.
You don't know how that entire environment is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your time, your effort. When I invited you guys, I wasn't sure as to how is it that from a running aspect, from a Rove Run Club aspect, what are the talking points that we would get. But I've surely learned that two people coming together, staying in the scene for the longest time, being able to feed off each other, learn from each other, and then grow with that has been the biggest learning from me. While I speak to you guys, and just like I've seen online, you guys are still like down to earth, very very helpful as well. So thank you so much for that as well. And I just hope that everything you guys dream for, hoping for in terms of running internationally, having more runs, for Rove Run Club keeps happening, and I'll probably join you all for
Definitely.
the
Let's
next
go.
run as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's
And
been
this
a
is the same
pleasure.
thing we wish for this podcast as
Definitely.
Thank you
well.
so much.
Soon for millions.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you.